Hi, this is my video submission for Technology Analysis 4, contrasting BYOD versus COP in organizational context. So mobile devices in a business context can be defined as any portable device such as a smartphone, tablet or laptop that are used either directly in the provision of an organization's goods or service or aid the management of these goods and services. So a simple example might be a sales manager who, whilst visiting a client, might use their tablet to manage and communicate with other clients for upcoming meetings or jobs. Now, the purpose of mobile devices are effectively to keep workers connected with their business, making it easier for workers to collaborate and businesses to communicate with their staff, vendors, and also their customers. So effectively, it aligns employees with their company data and resources without being tied down into a single location so that they can use these devices on the move. Now, some of the issues surrounding its implementation include cost. This is just the burden of investing in the mobile technology. Secondly, security, as mobile devices are quite susceptible to malicious code and Trojans and viruses. And also, due to their size and their weight, there's also a high chance of them being misplaced or stolen. Thirdly, mobile devices are very distracting to workers, as they can be quite fun, or they'll distract you from through apps and different screens, which can just draw back from the productivity that it's supposed to gain. And lastly, just the misuse of the personal cloud services, which could potentially put companies' security at risk. So moving on to BYOD and COPE, they are two common methods for implementing mobile devices in an organization, each with their own benefits and risks. So firstly, BYOD, bring your own device, is a situation whereby a mobile device is owned by an employee, yet it has access to IT resources of the company, essentially eliminating the need for both a personal and a work device. The first benefit is reduced costs, of course, as organizations seek to save the money that they would have invested otherwise purchasing these devices. Secondly, BYOD encourages employee satisfaction and thus productivity, as employees generally enjoy and are more comfortable using their own personal devices that they are accustomed to. Despite this, there are some serious drawbacks such as security concerns. This is because users may have potentially insecure devices where, since they have personal access to company confidential information, they might be unaware that they are leaking it, or they could be hacked. Secondly, is that organizations tend to lose a sense of control as to how these devices and systems are used in a responsible manner. Now, COPE, corporate-owned, personally enabled, is a situation whereby an organization provides employees with mobile access and allows them to be used as if they were a personal device. So, however, commonly employees will have their personal and their work devices actually separate. The immediate benefit of COPE is increased security, as organizations can control which vendors, which software, and which hardware they wish to use with the appropriate functionality and increased security standards. And because they're using similar systems or the same system, it's just a lot easier for them to manage. Secondly, companies gain more of a sense of control in terms of directing the use of their software and supporting their employees more effectively through this. However, drawbacks include a breach of privacy, where concerns that organizations may actually be monitoring personal usage and also personal documents. Furthermore, there's the cost burden, of course, of purchasing the devices up front and also setting them up and their maintenance. And also the issue between responsibility, as because organizations become legally liable for these devices, they rely on their employees to be responsible in using them. So the question now remains, bring your own device or corporate-owned, personally enabled. So there are definitely a lot of arguments both sides, but I personally believe that COP is definitely more effective. My reasoning behind this is firstly that security is a primary concern for any organization, as it is effectively their primary asset. So if there's a lack in security, it could result in a leak of, for instance, personal customer data, which would potentially put any corporation under huge scrutiny. And the impact of this would definitely be a lot more damaging than any risks of COPE. Secondly is that organisations can actually save a significant amount of money by purchasing these devices and their attached softwares in bulk, and then later gaining economies of scale from their use. In comparison, BYOD forces organisations to reimburse their employees for their personalised plans, and because these are personalised, they're going to be more expensive. Two, with employee satisfaction, COP devices can also be personally customised to reinforce more of enjoyment or comfort in devices that are going to be used daily by employees. So personally, I believe COP it creates a better work and then personal balance that potentially it can be more effective in nullifying the risks that it presents. So with BYOD, I believe it sounds like a bit of a nightmare with challenges around supporting multiple devices, operating systems and apps, issues with security compliance, problems with backups and memory, and then also collaboration amongst incompatible devices. So for me, it just sounds like BYOD is just too complex for organizations and ultimately will lead to increased costs.